of technology, petabytes of new information are produced by people every second, and the emergence of big data has created unique opportunities, even challenges for humanity. Now, scientists try to extract useful information from huge growing amounts of data. Now, another concept that has emerged alongside the evolution of artificial intelligence is the concept of intelligence augmentation. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Analytics Insight podcast, where we talk about the ever evolving tech space. And I'm your host, Priya Dialani. Now, the concept of IA, intelligence augmentation, suggests a solution that lies halfway between the entirely human and entirely automated capabilities. Now, both AI and IA are likely to play a very important role in the future. However, I believe there is a need to educate the general public about this new concept of intelligence augmentation, so that the debate shifts from focusing on AI alone to a more balanced focus on both AI and IA. So let's welcome Rajesh Sinha, founder and chairman of Fulcrum Digital. Hi Rajesh, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good too. Thank you so much, Rajesh. It's a pleasure to have you with us on a podcast today. And to be honest, I've never come across this term intelligence augmentation. So I think this is going to be a super insightful and a super enlightening episode of today's podcast. So, before we dive deeper into the core concept, we would like to know more about your organization, Fulcrum Digital. So, can you help us understand more about it, its specialization, any particular solution the company is offering?
Sure. By the way, thank you for having me for this discussion. And, I would love to share my thoughts and where we are headed. But before that, to give you the context of Fulcrum, Fulcrum has been always into the next generation technology and transforming customers' businesses with the newer technologies. So that has been the DNA of the company since beginning. We have been in the business for 25 years and started the journey with portal, content management, service-oriented architecture, always looked at the customer's problem from doctor's angle, which is what is the customer's as is problem and what would be the to be architecture, and then kept on building their roadmap and journey. So that led us into maturing into a SMAC journey, which is social, mobile, analytics, and cloud. And then further to that, we matured as a cloud first company. And now for last 2 to 3 years, we are practicing to be the AI first company with having 1,500 employees globally, having a amazing platform called FD RYZE. Now it is 2.0, which is our AI agentic platform. We are transforming industries in finance, insurance, manufacturing, retail, logistics, healthcare, and education. And in all these sectors, we are realizing that customers are at certain level of AI journey. Let's call it a maturity level from 1 to 5, and everybody wants to climb on that journey, which is fascinating. And we are here maturing faster than our competition with our product and knowledge, and enjoying this ride with our customers. So that's our story. We are headquartered in the US. We have largest development center in Pune and Mumbai, having other offices in Argentina, Brazil, London, Dublin, and different cities in the US. So that's our global footprint and depth in the industry. And I can double click if you want to know anything specific about Fulcrum. Yeah.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for that insightful overview of Fulcrum Digital. It's really fascinating to hear how the organization is navigating the space, whether it's through introducing innovative solutions or addressing some particular industry pain points, or building scalable solutions that can create some real impact. Of course, having said that, we would also like to know more about you, Rajesh. So can you help us understand and highlight about your role and contributions towards the enterprise AI industry, and how have you shaped Fulcrum Digital till date?
So I started Fulcrum, founded the company when I was 28 years old. Before that, I had worked for 4 years after my engineering degree in Mumbai, then came to the US. And in India, in Mumbai, I was selling software products, and then came to the US, I was selling software projects. So that's my background. At a young age, I always saw there is a vast gap between value creation and the prices we were charging to the customers. And I thought that there is a need for innovative, consultative product and services led company to exist who can deliver the value at the right price and right value to the customers. So with those compelling needs, we started the company. Since the beginning, the time when we started, it was Y2K era. Many companies wanted to be on that bandwagon. We decided not to follow that track because that was a short-lived vision. So we followed the method of consultative mindset and build a company of building a roadmap for customers, where they are and where they want to go, and be their IT partner in achieving that maturity model. So that has been the mantra. And we built Fulcrum Digital. We also started another company called Culinary Digital 10 years later because we were doing some consulting approach in food industry. And one of the company wanted to buy SAP product. And we said, well, you don't need SAP. We can help you build the ERP, and we helped them build the ERP product, which took a shape of SaaS product in commercial kitchen management, which is now serviced in hospitals, airlines, schools, universities, a lot of places where the millions of plates are served. So that was another company we created. And over the period of time, we kept on building innovative products as we were building innovative technologies and implementing for those customers. One of the product was Kaleidoscope in university market. Then later on, we built a supply day product in supply chain industry. And then finally, we launched a Fulcrum One, which was a low code, no code development platform because we were a big proponent of digital maturity. And I wrote a book on that called Digital Operating Model. And the idea was to guide customers how to mature into their digital operating journey from level 1 to level 5. And Fulcrum One was playing an important role in accelerating the digital maturity journey for the customers. And then finally in 2021, 2022, we created this concept of FD RYZE AI agentic platform, and 23 was introduced in the market, RYZE platform. So that gave us advantage of helping customers mature with AI agentic journey using our RYZE platform. So that has been the latest story with us, evolving as an innovative player. And every day I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now is I'm very passionate about this FD RYZE platform and agentic journey. Because my historically, as you could see my background, I always like to innovate with our customers, bring the newer things for them. So that excites me. So when I sit in any meeting with executives, my job is to look at the business problem, analyze their end-to-end business processes, and see their digital maturity and fit the AI model for them and help them understand with AI assessment where they are, how they should be going forward, and help them implement silo AI agent and eventually implement super AI agents and mature them into the AI operating model. So that's kind of my latest and current gig, which I'm enjoying. And that has given me the thoughts of intelligence amplification, as you call it, augmentation, because I believe everything is getting amplified. And that's what we need to understand. Human intelligence, every society intelligence in every form it exists, it's getting amplified. So the tools, processes which are going to come in different forms of LLMs or different methods is going to continuously amplify the intelligence so that we can do things faster, cheaper, and make the planet better. So that's my current line of thinking. Yeah.
Great. It's really fascinating to hear how your journey and vision have not only helped shape Fulcrum Digital, but also contributed meaningfully to the broader enterprise AI landscape. And I think your strategic foresight clearly plays a very important role in driving innovation and Fulcrum and also creating the real world impact. Now, intelligence augmentation, or I think it's just another conceptualization of artificial intelligence intelligence, because it focuses on the assertive roles of AI with emphasis on the fact that it is meant to enhance human intelligence rather than replace it. Now, a lot of people also refer to it as intelligence amplification, assistive intelligence, or a machine augmented intelligence. Now, but however, artificial intelligence or the intelligence augmentation are two buzzwords that are often used interchangeably because they are parts of the same coin, and there is a lot of confusion as to how these two roles are different from one another. So can you help us understand and differentiate between AI automation and intelligence amplification?
So, to understand these terms, I would divide it into two parts, right? From history till 2021, when, or even 2019, when the transformer architecture was launched by Vaswani et al. From Google, that's when the era has changed, in my view, to intelligence augmentation or amplification, right? Before that, the era was of AI. From 1950s, from the Turing test of imitation game when it was performed, comparing the human intelligence versus machine intelligence, and they tested it. From that era, the AI journey started. So AI never started like 10 years back, 20 years back. It started in 1950s. And since then, a lot of neural networks have evolved, RNN, NNN, and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, the machine learning started to bring more value. Then as companies continue to mature, their data became big data, and with the structured data, unstructured data. So the game was all about how do you make meaningful outcome inside the business for consumers benefit. So machine learning could reach to a certain level, which is a conventional AI, right? Now the moment transformer architecture was launched, and then OpenAI came in with GPTs, and then that started to mature, the LLM started to look at the problem from a different angle. So now you have a conventional AI, and that is added with the language models. And then language models start to mature faster with multimodal language model, video, text. Now we are all talking about memory model with short-term, long-term episodic memory. Now we are talking about contextual model, and all these things are emerging to combine what has been happening AI and add add all the layers of intelligence, which makes it intelligence amplification. So it does not discard AI. AI is the foundation of what we have achieved today, but the new wave is IA, which is what everything has already been becoming intelligent. So how do you amplify it and bring a competitive advantage in the market? Are you the first one, or are you the leader in your space to bring the amplification and give it to your customers? That's the game we are all on, right? You cannot achieve that game by ignoring the AI journey. You got to explore and exploit each and every aspect of AI to be a ready player intelligence amplification era, right? And that's why every day people are curious to learn about new models, um, understand why things are coming in a different format for them, and then trying to add that on the top of their data layer to see, can that bring a better revenue for them? Can they sell better to their customers? Can they service better to their customers? Can their employees' productivity can be improved? So in all aspects, if you look at it, they are amplifying the intelligence of their businesses, intelligence of their human productivity, so that they can do things faster, cheaper, better, and have an edge in the market. And this is the speed on which we all are climbing, and that's the era of intelligence amplification. I can keep going deeper and deeper with technology and how it is, but based on, I just want to start the discussion with the first layer of intelligence amplification, which is it sits on the top of AI. It's not IA ignores everything what has happened in AI. So that's my first level. And then we can talk more about intelligence amplification. So over to you.
Right, absolutely. And thank you for breaking down that so clearly. I think you pretty much, helped make the difference of line between AI automation and intelligence amplification like more defined. So I think what really stands out is automation is all about delegating tasks and taking over repetitive and monotonous work so that humans can focus elsewhere. But we're talking about intelligence amplification. It's more about empowerment. It's about enhancing human thinking, empowering better decisions, and also uncovering insights that might otherwise go unnoticed. Um, Now, I think the germinating evil robots may not like to hear this, but there are researchers today who feel that IA offers a promising model for partitioning artificial intelligence as a powerful aid to human decision making rather than an independent decision maker. Now, IA is programmatically, I think, less erroneous and also more attainable in here and now than AI, I feel. So, I think when we're talking about investing in AI, we have come across a lot of studies, researches, where how we have evolved over the years, and earlier when artificial intelligence was just a buzzword and people started implementing AI in a respective organization, most of the projects were failing, and over the years we have been able to address those challenges, and now we can ensure that okay, fine, this is the problem, and how we can probably ensure more sophisticated AI models. So when you're talking about investing in these technologies, so if you talk about ROI, how does investing in IA differ from investing in automation alone?
Good question. So I would like you to think about AI and new phase of IA as a fabric. People are all excited about the new fabric. When you go and try to stitch a cloth, you look at the fabric, you see the touch of it, it's soft, silky, you start to like the different pattern of fabrics, but does fabric protect you? Does fabric You don't wear fabric, right? You create shirt out of fabric, you create dress out of fabric, so and all kinds of dresses. So LLMs and new layers which are maturing is like a fabric. People are excited to look at the fabric. They know it can solve a lot of problems on this planet, because we all can wear a beautiful clothes, and it will all look pretty and good and things like that. Yes, it will. But end of the day, how do you cut the fabric according to your size, stitch it so that you feel good and it makes sense, and it delivers the result what you're looking for, is the journey everyone is on, right? So LLMs are like fabric. How do you cut it according to your business needs? And that's where the agents are started to come up, right? So when you build these agents, you are creating solving simpler problem, right? If it's taking 6 days for finance analysts to do certain job, analyze it, then submit the report, can you do it faster? But well, that was also done earlier using automation tools, right? Which is, many software automation tools came in the market. You have fixed rules and processes, define those processes into the rules, and it will start to, software robots are going to produce the outcome. That is one aspect. The intelligence aspect is something different. And here what happens is your intelligence is based on the text, audio, visual. Now LLMs have all these kind of models. So the task can be created which can replace human, right? And in the context, we always think that if everything is replaced by human, will it deliver the result constantly, error free, the way humans were doing it, right? There, I feel like, we got to understand that humans' role are always going to be defining the rules of the AI game. It's like if you want to play cricket, there is a rule. Somebody has to define the rule of the cricket and leave two players to play the game. Both opponent and the team, both the players are the AI players playing the game. The outcome is to enjoy and see the result. But the rules are set by the humans. And within that rules, you don't need umpire to give the decisions. AI can give the decisions. AI can operate. AI can continuously mature the bowling and the batting, and you can see the watch the game. But end of the day, calling a cricket game and defining the boundaries and the rules are set by humans. So same thing about the businesses. Businesses are run with certain objective and vision, goal for revenue, profit. To achieve that revenue, profit, and goals with those product lines, that's defined by the organization. That's defined by human and organization's objective. And AI comes and plays a role how to improve the productivity, how to improve the bottom line for the company. And those agentic rules are now getting played in all functions. I call it a horizontal AI agent and vertical AI agent, right? Horizontal AI agents are all employees' productivity. Vertical AI agents are all business productivity, which will bring revenue or service customers more effectively, which directly impacts the revenue. So with this horizontal and vertical AI agentic approach, you will see multiple scenarios are going to emerge, right? And if you look at the one business function of the company, say finance, finance has accounts receivables, payables, treasury, business finance. So can we have AI agent does the job of AR function, AP function, treasury function? When you combine together, it does a job of a CFO, it does a job of a controller. So that becomes super agent. Similarly, you go to marketing department. Marketing has a multiple business functions. So you start creating AI agents for different roles. But end of the day, you got to define as a CFO organization what is the goal for AI agent. So that's where AI agents are mushrooming, and these fabrics are AI fabrics are getting created inside the businesses to give them the profit and growth. That's my take on intelligence amplification in the real life business scenario.
Right.
And I'll
And yeah, I think it's really interesting to see how ROI in today's world, and if we talk about ROI in terms of investing in AI, it's not just about cost savings, but it's also about creating a long-term strategic value. And I think organizations today shouldn't be looking for just quick wins, but when they are trying to integrate any technology, I think they should be aiming to build more resilient, agile and intelligent operations. And I think that is the kind of ROI is what really moves the needle, I feel. But I think successfully integrating IA into work requires, I think, adherence to best practices, because I don't think that the successful adoption of IA is just about deploying new tools, or that just deploying the particular technology. I think it's about laying the right foundation across people, processes, and technology. So, how is Fulcrum Digital helping enterprises adopt AI successfully across industries?
Yeah, that's very relevant point you raised, because when I go and sit in some of the meetings with the customers, the biggest issue is not about whether AI can solve the problem. How AI can be successfully implemented to give the guaranteed result which their business can trust. Many times AI projects are failing for them because the data is not uh, trustworthy for the business. Sometimes it gives the right result, many times it fails. So the credibility of AI agents are failing in certain scenarios. And I'll tell you the reason why it fails and what is our mantra to make it successful. Every company has their own data sets, their own business processes, and that's why we call large language model has to operate into a small language model. So we got to start explaining to the customer, you don't need to worry about LLMs. You need to worry about SLM. You're a small language model. It has to operate within your boundaries, within your data structure. So understand that first, right? Then the second one is your all the data and the systems are in a different format, in different structure. Your finance is in finance system, HR in HR system, Salesforce, business applications into different systems. So, and all of them have a different data structure. Now, when you're building an AI agent, it needs to connect with all these different data sets, bring the meaningful output, and and then create an intelligence amplification for you. Now, what is the protocol by which you connect internally? Some customers are saying, can I go one of these products, which are the cloud ready data lake products, the top three, four, I don't want to name them, but should I go for that? And our answer is, why you want to spend millions of dollars now to go for this cloud ready data lake strategy? Because AI agent does not need that layer to feed the data. AI agents can directly go to any one of your data source and pick up the data and create the intelligence meaning out of it. So you can actually skip that level and be more mature in your agentic journey by connecting with the data. And there also there are multiple protocols are evolving to connect with different models, different data architecture, and that is the big challenge for most of the companies. And there is a protocol which has evolved, which is called MCP, Model Control Protocol, like the way in traditional IT infrastructure, which we used to have a TCP IP kind of protocol to connect with any products, any devices which each other. The similarly in large language model, the MCP protocols are emerging now. So everybody can connect with each other's model using that protocol. So data handshake is likely to become easier as we progress on this journey. So the first aspect of making any intelligence amplification is feeding the data into AI agent. And the second aspect is the output of the data, what comes out of the AI agent, and then again feeding that data back inside the engine, right? It requires data integration, data flow constantly through AI agent, right? And that is structured into businesses correctly, people will start to trust those AI agents. Today, many vendors are coming with a silo AI agent problem, and customer come to us and say that, hey, I'm liking this particular product. It will automate our invoice processing, and then tomorrow they will come and say that, hey, we are looking to build a claims processing system. So in claims we are getting all these 8 attachments from our brokers, and I want an AI agent to analyze all these things and give the output to my underwriters. Day after tomorrow they will say, we have policy sales agent, so I want all my policies to be built. Now, for all these silo problems, if you keep buying 5 different vendors product, which they are all going to call that I have an AI agent product for you, imagine in future there is a hodgepodge of AI agents sitting inside the company solving different problems, and that itself is a chaotic journey. Instead of doing that, you build the AI fabric, and from that fabric cloth, you create AI agent for policy, for claims, for employee productivity, for HR agent, customer service agent. Now integrating all the data and maturing in the intelligence amplification journey is much easier for them, instead of creating a hodgepodge AI agent, which sounds exciting. You invest money, but in long term, you're not going to get the value out of your investment. So that's the journey as of now today I see with many customers. And as time progresses, we'll see lots of maturity happening in data integration handshake to make it more meaningful AI agents.
Well, definitely. I think Fulcrum Digital is empowering enterprises with AI and IA, and by offering a blend of advisory, implementation, and optimization services, I think Fulcrum Digital seems to be playing a very vital role in making AI more accessible and introducing IA as a fresh concept across industries, be it healthcare, manufacturing, and beyond, and ensuring that it's delivering some real world value for enterprises. So I think when we are talking about I think people really initially believed that it is about replacing humans. I mean, I don't think anybody would want to replace humans with machines at this time. So when we're talking about integrating IA, how do you think the future workforce would look like in an AI first world? Sorry, I mean IA first world.
Great. You're changing the terms and the language
Yeah.
for the industry, which is good. As I mentioned, and going back to that rules game of cricket, human have trillions of brain cells, but all of us, maybe some people will call it a myth and reality, but the truth I feel is we don't use our own full potential, and human potential is very high. We have five sensories on which our brain gets developed, right? Taste, smell, sight, mobility. And over the period of time, using these sensories, our human intelligence have built. But end of the day, it is only up to 5% is what we are using the intelligence, right? And that's where it plateaus. So we need remaining 95% of our brain cells to be more productive. And then we are using these AI agents to help us untap our human potential. That's how I look at it. And these agents are going to come in. So if humans have two hands and two eyesights to do certain job, can you have 20 different hands and brains and work so that there is a team of my replica is doing the job, so I can produce more things? And that's where the intelligence and augmentation is going to come in. So it's a coexistence. End of the day, I'm replicating my work, my thinking into my humanoids, my digital twins, and they are producing it in the format of real twins or a software twins, which we can't see it in the human format, right? It is just doing as a software robot in the background and giving me the outcome. And sometimes we might see as my digital twin doing the job, which is more like a humanoids. And I also feel this planet today has about 8 billion population. I guess is about 6 billion or 6.5 billion are working class people. Rest of them are, not in the mainstream work. And the need on this planet is to even run the planet efficiently, create more innovation, make the planet a better place. We need 100 billion people. How do you produce 100 billion people? That's when these AI agents, humanoids, are needed to make those tasks, deliver on those tasks so that we can achieve those goals. So the need is too many AI bots, humanoids, and that's why you will see in future many companies, many countries will be launching innovative humanoids. They have to coexist with the humans as an army to deliver more outcomes. The era of one person, one outcome is gone. To 1 to 100x is the new era. So one person will now deliver 100x, 1000x versus one person delivering 1x or 2x is the measurement criteria. So that's the new rules are going to be set in the next 3 to 5 years, and people will adopt to it. As we all adopt to a smartphone, we'll adopt to AI bots, humanoids, our intelligence getting replicated, coexisting with those multiple humanoids, and then coexisting with them to do better and better job in our everyday life. So that's the future.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with you that eventually people will adopt to IA. And I think as we look ahead, intelligence amplification, this use of particular technology to augment rather than replace human intelligence is, I believe, is poised to become one of the most transformative forces shaping the future of work and overall decision making. I think organizations really need to move away from the approach of how do we replace our staff with artificial intelligence agents, and instead move towards what reputable tasks can be be automated in order to free up time for our human teammates, or how do we unleash a more intuitive and brilliant ideas by increasing their bandwidth? So I think after listening to today's episode, we definitely know the answer to these questions. And thank you so much, Rajesh. It was a pleasure having you with us on a podcast today. And thank you for helping us understanding that while AI is often grabbing headlines for automating tasks, I think we really need to focus on IA, which empowers people. It is enhancing our cognitive capabilities to help organizations think better, faster, and I think more innovatively. So thank you so much for your time and effort. I loved chatting with you and thank you for helping us understand the overall concept of intelligence amplification.
No, I appreciate you giving the opportunity to share my insights. And Priya, you did an amazing job on asking all the right questions so that you could get some of my thinking out here. I appreciate your time and conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. So, this is for our listeners. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stay tuned for more insightful episodes coming up. Rest, you can view all our previous episodes on Spotify and other leading platforms. Thank you so much.